back here for round 2 of this draft. This hand's perfectly fine. Turn 2 Asher Mage, so hopefully gonna draw us into more gas, and got, Stinger Fling Spider, which can be a pretty big comeback if you start getting behind, so we'll keep it. Alright, let's see what the opponent's going to lead off with here. Plains. So it means the Stinger Fling Spider is probably going to be pretty decent if he throws down like an Assault Griffin or something. I'm going to lead with the Forest here, just in case we draw like Eric's Companion and would want to rather play that. Opponent's playing blue-white, so it's very likely that he's going to have flyers to be targeted by a Stinger Fling Spider. And there's probably going to be one, yeah, if he's going to play like a Griffin or something, we're probably going to be able to come back from this. Assuming we hit the, yeah, alright. I'm just going to go with the Azure Mage here. If we had like another blue, I might go with the Mesmerist because he could block the Griffin Rider, obviously. And then we could play like Azure Mage next turn and have mana up to mill, but without that, I think I'd rather just try and start trading 2 damage for 1 if he chooses to attack and doesn't play another guy. I'd like to draw blue at some point here, because a turn 4 Phantasmal Dragon could be a problem for this guy. If he just has like an Assault Griffin right here, we're actually in pretty big trouble. And then the Phantasmal Dragon is going to be one way of, trying to buy some time, not taking 4 every turn until we can hit the Stinger Fling Spider mana. So let's see what he's going to do here. Gets in for 1, that's fine. Nothing. Alright, it's a little suspicious that he would have nothing, but I guess we'll buy into the attack here. Play the Mesmerist and pass the turn. Next turn, even if we don't have any plays, though, at least we can draw a card off the Azure Mage, hopefully. Suppose we should try and be playing around Day of Judgment just in case he has something like that, but I think we'll really be able to tell if he commits something else to the board here. It's a little awkward that he would just attack with Griffin Rider into our Azure Mage and not play anything and just trade 1 damage for 2. I mean, I don't get why he would do that. Grand Abolisher kind of hurts a little bit with the Azure Mage not being able to use its ability at end step now, but that's okay. If he's going to attack here, I don't know what he could have. I mean, if he has like Turn Frog for our guy, that's fine. Probably weren't really milling him to death with given the cards in our hand anyway. That looks like it may have just been, yeah, just a bad attack on his part, actually. Suppose we could draw a card here. I think I'm just going to lay out the Giant Spider, though. Can always draw a card next turn. Rather just peel the land naturally. I don't want to trade the Azure Mage for the Grand Abolisher. Even if we can't use the ability on his turn, it's still going to pull us ahead in the long game. And we can make this trade whenever we want, probably. I mean, if our opponent can't start putting some pressure on us, we can always just start milling him with the Mesmerist and making him, putting him in a position where he has to play a win condition, but we'll see what he does. Aether Adept is fine. Probably playing the Giants, or he's probably going to bounce the Giant Spider here. I'm glad that we got the Aether Adept out of his hand before we commit to playing the Dragon. He's probably going to bash us for 2 with the Abolisher here. If he doesn't offer the trait, then that must mean that the Abolisher's got to be pretty good in his deck, but really, that's interesting. Alright, so drew a land here. I think I like just playing the Spider and then using the Mesmerist's ability. Just because the Mesmerist isn't going to be blocking right now anyway, so let's just start milling him. So he's the one that took the Phantasmal Image, so he was probably to my left, because that was pack 1. Now, with kind of a good defensive presence on this board, we can, if he doesn't start committing some more threats, then we can just start drawing cards and milling him every turn, we can just basically play a little bit more reactively until he gives us a reason not to. Armored Warhorse isn't going to do very much. I mean, he has to get himself some attackers that can attack through what we have now. It doesn't seem like he's going to be able to do that. Seems like he's debating another attack, but alright, thinks better of it this time, it seems. He's got a Phantasmal Bear, so that's something we can take care of pretty easily with an Aether Adept. Yeah, I think I'm happy to do that too. I mean, just use the Aether Adept and then mill him again. Take care of this guy. We'll just mill him during our main phase, I guess, since we can't do it on his turn. He's stuck on 4 lands too, so even if we just start milling lands, then kind of puts him behind. Guardian's Pledge, so that would have been a win condition, but I guess not now. It's possible that instead of playing the Adept there, we could have just played the Phantasmal Dragon, but I don't know, something. I kind of just want to wait until he has fewer cards in hand. I mean, obviously now he has 2, but I feel like he might have kind of a flyer, like Sarah Angel, or something in his hand that he's just was waiting to get the mana to play, and then he'll be down to 1, and then I can, just cast the Stinger Flame, take out the Spider, mill him for 2, and then have the win condition and him not have something in hand for it. So he's making this attack, which seems a little questionable. I think I have pretty obvious blocks here. I mean, if he has the... yeah. Alright, that's fine. So we lose both our guys, but I think we're okay with that. We can just... yeah, I think at this point we'll just play the dragon and then mill him. If he has the targeted ability for the dragon, then yeah, we're in trouble. But even after that, we can just play Stinger Fling Spider with no targets, and it's probably going to be enough to stabilize against a bunch of 2/2s and a 2/3, I guess. Yeah, and we milled the Mighty Leap for... we milled a Mighty Leap, which is good because obviously it can target the dragon, make us lose it. Kind of want to get this Abolisher off the table just so I can start leaving mana up, but it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. So he does have Bell Tower Sphinx here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cast the Spider now, because killing the Bell Tower Sphinx is definitely, something worthy of using the Stinger Fling Spider. Then it's going to let us bash for 5 and still have good blocks back and still be able to mill him, so it kind of advances all of our strategies right now. The fact that he only has 1 card in hand makes me little bit happy too, because it's just increasing the likelihood that the dragon is going to survive. Don't really even think I want to show him the Jace yet. Rather just cast this spider, take out his guy, bash for 5, and then mill him. Yes, I would like to use that ability. Attack for 5. Let's see what we get here. Honor of the Pure. So this guy's got multiple Guardian's Pledges and an Honor of the Pure. And it looks like he's running quite a few white cards, but he's got a bunch of blue guys like Aether Adept and Phantasmal Images and Griffin, or Bell Tower Sphinx and stuff. Let's see what he's going to do here. Again, I can't really imagine that he could have a good attack. I suppose if he has another Guardian's Pledge, then he can get us for 4, but it seems like a little bit of a waste. Could just overrun and try and kill him here, but again, I don't even really want to show him that. Rather just draw a card, play a land royal, and mill him, I think. Play land royal. And we'll just mill him. Next turn, I don't mind just casting the overrun and trying to win right there, because then, even if he has some sort of ability to kill the Phantasmal Dragon, we still probably have lethal. Whereas before, if he kills this, then we don't really quite have it through his blockers, and he could just double block the Azure Mage, and I don't know. Seems like we're not killing him and putting ourselves in a position where we wouldn't be winning immediately thereafter either. Aegis Angel. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough to do it. Yeah, because when we overrun, it's going to put him in a position where the Angel is going to have to block the Phantasmal Dragon, especially now that he's tapped out. Although I suppose, let's see, no, it's another target permanent. You control. Wait. Oh, it's not. So yeah, I think this might have been a mistake. He might have wanted to target the dragon just to kill it. So if we overrun, this is 8, so he has to block there, and even then he still takes 3. So then we need to punch through for another 5, and this is 5, 9, 13, 18, and he's going to have, yeah, so he's just dead. Alright, so we'll just do this pretty fast. Attack with everything. I wonder if he made the conscious decision to just target the Abolisher and make it indestructible, or just didn't realize that you could target something else and just kill the Phantasmal Dragon. Or maybe he thought that by making it indestructible, it would not put the triggered ability on top of the stack and it would actually save the dragon, but I don't actually know what he's thinking. He's obviously not making the right decision putting an Aegis Angel on the land royals, but I guess if you're just dead no matter what, it doesn't really matter. Maybe he has something like Gut Shot in hand to kill the dragon, but I don't think he does. Yeah, let's kill this guy. Alright, and there's that game. So, we need to move on to sideboarding. Let's see, he's got things like Aegis Angel, which makes me think that I want to bring in at least one of these combusts. Maybe even something like Turn to Frog, just because we don't have anything to kill that angel. at that point, I don't think the unsummon's going to be particularly good. And, I don't know, I'll take out the Garrick's Companion just for mana purposes.